Well, it's my second video for the day, and if you're watching this, like, subscribe, share, put me on your featured channel, follow me on Twitter. And I guess the reason that I'm doing this video is when things occur, I want to try to give a realistic picture of what it's like, because I see so much about borderline personality on YouTube, and in my opinion some of it's such bullshit because it's so scripted and in some ways makes us appear in ways that isn't necessarily accurate. And I think the one thing that I'm really laid back at the moment. I've had Klonopin, so my thoughts are a little bit slow. I think the one thing that I see often is that, I'll explain this and then I'll get into what happened with me today. You know, as I see things where, you know, people with borderline personality seem surprised that others call us attention seekers or manipulative, and that we turn our backs on people. And they seem surprised by that. And the fact is, we do those things. And there's a difference between being manipulative in a vindictive way and versus doing it because we're craving something that we need and we don't have the skills or know how about to, you know, ask for what we need. And, you know, when we talk about attention seeking, why are we doing it? One, we want to be shown love. We want to know somebody that cares about us. The manipulation, again, you know, it's not to hurt you. It's to create a situation where basically it ends up being an attention seeker. And it's to know that we're loved or we're liked or we're appreciated. And I always use a simple example where if I was to buy you a birthday card or, you know, Christmas card, you know, what are the motives behind that? And am I doing it just because I want to do it with no expectations? Or am I doing it because I really want the same thing from you, to know that I'm appreciated? And, you know, the turning our backs on somebody is when we don't get the things we need. So if I use my birthday card example, you know, if I was being manipulative, I would get you a birthday card, sign it, I would expect something in return, and if I didn't get that, that means you must not appreciate me or, you know, like me or love me as much as what I do you. And because we didn't get what we want or what we need, then we turn our backs on you. And a lot of this has to do with, I think it starts out with like idealizing somebody and putting somebody on a pedestal and making them out to be something they're really not. They're not perfect. They're human just like us. But you know, the drama that's created or the manipulation, you know, it's not a vindictive thing. It's not to deliberately hurt you. It's to get the things that we crave because we don't know how to ask for them or we don't know how to get them. And when we find out that you're not this perfect person and that you can't read our mind, then it becomes a letdown. And that's when sometimes you'll hear the phrase, you know, splitting somebody, you know, black, or turning our back on someone. Um, so it's kind of a process. But that's a simple example. Anyways, I had a situation today where, in my life, I often say that I'm detached, which I am, and I try to remain that way simply because I don't know an effective way to cope without being detached, because I don't want to be hurt. And so putting up these walls and just trying to be emotionless and not feel anything, that means I can't feel pain or I can't feel sadness, and I don't want to feel those things. Anyways, today I had an outburst, and when that happens, my how do I want to say this? The anger or the irritation may be justified, but the way it goes above and beyond that isn't. And when I'm in that situation, it's like any other emotion just disappears, and it's like I'm consumed with the anger, and something that I may have had a valid point with then becomes extreme and not justified. So the valid argument, or the valid reason that I may have gotten angry, is gone, and people are focused on the things that were above the anger and went extreme. And I don't want to go into great details about that. It just happened tonight where I felt that I was wronged. I got angry, and it went from anger to extreme anger. And when I say that, it's not physical violence or anything. It's just, it's outright anger where I'm consumed with it, and it's getting it out there. And so any valid argument that I may have had is overshadowed by the extreme anger that went above and beyond that. So I look like the bad guy now. And that starts leading to a lot of conflictions in my head. And I guess the other thing I want to say is that when things like that happen, all the other emotions are gone. It's anger, and it's so intense that when I come down from the anger, I'm like exhausted. It takes so much out of me, and so I came home, took some Klonopin, and now I'm just kind of, loopy. I shouldn't say loopy, I'm just like really mellow. And so it leads to a lot of conflicting emotions, because part of me wants to just remain detached and not care. And parts of me think I should give an apology. And parts of me are thinking I don't want people to hate me. And other parts of me are thinking I don't care. it just creates confusion because I'm not exactly sure what I should do. And I guess I become paranoid that, people aren't going to like me, whether or not I like them or not. And so I guess what's going through my mind currently is that I just need to deal with, if people want to hate me, so be it. I'm not, at this moment, I'm not apologizing for anything, whether people think they deserve it or not. And it kind of goes back to my childhood and just thinking about things that have happened to me. When people wrong me, nobody apologizes to me. So that tells me that I'm worthless. And so my attitude becomes, oh, if nobody apologizes to me and they don't think it's necessary to apologize to me, then why the fuck would I want to apologize to them? And yet there's another part of me that is paranoid and thinks that I should. But I'm fighting that urge because I don't want to, and nobody did it for me growing up, and I guess I just think of all the ways that I've been wronged. I don't want any kid to grow up and deal with things that I deal with, feel the way that I feel. And I can just, I think of at my kids' school, they needed a basketball coach. Nobody wanted to do it. And I really didn't want to do it because I didn't feel comfortable in coaching it. And then as I was walking away, I was like thinking to myself, if I don't do it, there's a good possibility they're not going to have a coach, and I don't want that to happen. And so I went ahead and did it. And the program was good, and we actually did pretty good. Started out slow, but we finished the season strong. We were kind of the dark horse that came out of nowhere. And so I think that right should have continued on to the next year. And I almost felt like I was sold out because they wanted to give it to somebody else that, in my opinion, they showed more favor for. And anyways, I wasn't going to back down. Said that, I deserved to be in there. And I actually made the program better. I expanded the program. I more than doubled the kids. And eventually I got pushed to the side. No apologies. And to this day, that bugs the shit out of me. And I know I wasn't in the wrong. The league said they would work with, me. And they even said I could have my own independent team if I wanted one, which would have been impossible. They said they would never work with the school again, which made me feel good. But at the same time, it's really insulting to me. And this is where the self-esteem comes in. When I do something good and I try to help out, and my intentions were good. And then I'm just like kicked to the curb. No apologies. And that just takes my self-worth down. And I guess at this moment, I think going back to the situation, my anger was justified, but that will be overshadowed by what, the above and beyond anger that went past that. That's what the focus is going to be on. And so now I'm conflicted with, I don't want people to hate me, but I don't want to apologize for anything because nobody's ever apologized to me. So if I'm not worthless, why should I put value into people? And but at the same time, I don't want friends, and I don't want to be liked, but on the other side, I'm saying that I do. So it's a very weird and conflicting, and just very weird and conflicting. But I guess I ultimately feel that even though people may be entitled to an apology, I don't see why I should give one. I don't see why I should put value into them when no one has ever put value into me, and people have made me feel worthless all my life. And I guess I start thinking, does it really matter? We're not going to be friends afterwards, so what do I care? Anyways, I just like to share these moments when something has happened so you can maybe get a better idea of what it's like, and it's not scripted, and it doesn't make people with borderline personality sound wonderful and all together, because we're not, and there's reasons why we do the things that we do. And if I had to guess why I did it, my anger was justified, but it wasn't taken seriously, and then it just escalated to me becoming an asshole. And so I just wanted people to see where I'm coming from, and I'm assuming that in the days to come something will transpire out of this, and I'm sure it won't be good. I'm sure people just see me as a prick, and all the other good that I've done will be overshadowed by my anger, which makes me feel also like I'm not entitled to be angry. I'm not entitled to be upset, but others are. And if others are upset, that's okay, and they can be forgiven, and it's understandable. Yet if I get angry and I get upset, I'm out of line, and I'm not justified in doing it, and I'm in the wrong, and I'm not allowed to have those emotions. And I'm not sure if any of that makes sense. But anyways, that's what happened tonight. When these events happen, I guess I want to share them because I want to try to give more of a true and accurate picture of what borderline personality disorder is, and the things that go through my mind, at least, and hope that people get a better understanding of it. Anyways, I will keep you posted, as the week goes on, or next week. And so anyways, if you're watching this, mean a lot to me if you like, subscribe, share, leave comments, follow me on Twitter. show me that you're my friend. And even though you're really not, subscribe to the channel. Anyways, that's it for right now. Bye.